Alrighty, hello everybody, my name is Muffman with two Z's, and today we're going to be speaking about Tower of God Season 2. I just got done watching this, and short to say, this, excuse me, this was peak. This was peak. Like, genuinely, this series is peak. So, when Tower of God Season 2 first dropped, a lot of people at the time, I saw a lot of hate for it. Like, oh, the story just dropped off after Season 1, and the animation, this and that. And at the time, I believed it. I thought, oh, well, what's the point of watching it if it's so lowly rated? But finally, after all this time, I've gotten back into a swing of watching anime. So, of course, I had to come back and watch Tower of God Season 2. And it was peak. This is peak. So let's go over, like, the big issue, at least in my eyes. So we're gonna look up which anime studio animated Tower of God Season 2. The Answer Studio. Anime. Okay. I'm not gonna bother to look too much here, but pretty much, oh, here we are. So, Answer Studio. So these were the guys that produced it. What else have they produced? Transformers animated. Tower of God Season 2, okay. So nothing that like jumps out at me really from their works here. I think the biggest like issue for me with Tower of God Season 2 was animation. That was like the big one, so. But anyhow, let's see what this does well. So as for pros, we have character design. Now, in the show, there are some more bland characters, like, for example, if we look up... hold up. Of God Season 2. Go here. And I'm not going to say, like, spoiler warning, just because, like, the Season 2's been out for, like, 2 years now, I think. We can double check that. I think this has been out for about 2 years. Yeah, it's been out for almost 2 years now, so I'm not really gonna say, oh, spoiler warning. Here we are. So we still have our legendary Bam, Kun, Ray. I'm not even gonna say her name. Ja, Yeon, Yo. So she's definitely bland. I will say, like, the character design for her is just terrible. Like, there's really not a lot she does, and her character design is just like super, super bland. I will say the little sister gets a lot better treatment later on, especially when she gets mind controlled by the doll user. She actually is like a threat. He's cool. He's pretty bland, but he's got some depth. He's pretty bland. Like, the character design is nice for the characters that actually, like, you know, move the story forward. And every character does, but you get what I'm saying, like, the main characters. But these, like, side characters that are part of Ja's party, Ja Wangnan, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Like, she's cool, he's cool, and then it's just like, you've got some side characters. But they all contribute in their own way, but still, the character design is good. I do like it, honestly. I think it's great. The characters that they do have, like, so you have, like, Ja, not Ja, excuse me, you have, like, Ilmar and, Kasano, Mamiana Kasano, Ilmar, you have, what is it, Beta as well, he's cool. He seems a little bland, but he's still cool. Of course, you have the Jihad princesses, they're still cool. Bam's like old party, they're still cool. So overall, the character design's still good. Definitely some kickers in there, some bland ones, but still fine overall. Next up is story, or plot rather. I like the plot and like the way that they like kind of advance the story. Like they have the tension of like all of old Bam's party like starting to slowly learn like, oh, he might actually be alive. Like he might actually still be alive. And I'll go into it in cons. There's a thing I'll mention in cons, but overall, the story, the plot, the tension of like how each character starts to slowly learn that, oh my gosh, he's alive, is really good. Like I had a lot of tension during the season 2, and I was like, oh boy. Like one point was where Kun typed in, is like Bam alive, and Emily responds like, yes, he's alive, and he was like, you know, in that moment his like eyes widen and he's just like sitting there in shock, like what, you know. So overall, I really do like the story, the plot. Like I honestly think it's a good story. Next, what else do they do good in this show? I think I have to say pacing. I think they do the pacing pretty solid. It's pretty well. I'd say so. And you know what? We can just, yeah, we'll do tension for that specifically for story plot. Pacing's not too bad, honestly. It's pretty decent. I like it. The rate at which they have fights and all that is honestly pretty cool. So not too much to say about that. Next is, again, story, plot, battles. Specifically, the battles that they have are really good. And like, for example, what is it? The Lizard Princess. Dude, there's so many names to remember. It's actually so hard. It's actually so difficult, like genuinely. Like I actually cannot remember every single character. Anak. Anak is a hard. She's another Jihad, I think. Then, of course, Andrasi's cool. Anak. So like Anak versus Ron and Novik. Novik and Ron versus Anak. But it's really just Ron versus Anak. So that was a really cool fight. And then when they rematch in the workshop battle game, that's also really cool. Who else? Oh yeah. Let me find it. Yep, Beniamino versus like Novik, Ron, wherever he is. Yeah, Ron, Novik, and then Beniamo. Yeah, it's just really against them. And then like, you know, Ju or Ju Vielgrasu or Bam. He arrives, and then there's Jia Jia. She's also there setting a trap. So that's cool. That fight's also really cool. Like the fight selection they have is good. I do like it a lot. It definitely is really cool. And then of course Yuto and is same as Hua here. So it was Yuto versus Vespa, Ship or Shibisu. Who else was it? There was also another guy from their party who was fighting. This like big strong guy. But it was like Yuto and Bam versus Shibisu, Vespa, and the big muscle guy, wherever he is. So that was also really cool. Of course, then there was Ron May, and where is he? I forgot his name. No, I didn't. Yama's Mad Dog and Ron May versus Endorsey and Hats. That was also a cool one. I like that. So again, the story plot, the battles, I do like. Again, like these are great things. Like I really do love the story of God of Tower, like Tower of God, excuse me, and like what it's conveying and like the themes it's pushing. Right, it really is good to me. Like seriously. Next up, so we have design of characters, tension, pacing, battles, and then I think we can do vagueness. I don't even know if vagueness is a word, to be honest with you, but we can just say vague. So there's a lot of anonymity and like kind of vague plot points that do get kind of pushed aside Um, for example, like at the very end of the last episode here, we see Rachel and then Beniamino Casano, and he's there, and so he gives him the vial that I think has Emily in it. I could be wrong about that, but he has a vial pertaining to Emily, and then she goes, "We're gonna save the tower," right? But we only really see Rachel in these early episodes, and then she just gets completely pushed aside for everything else. But she also like has teamed up with Fug now, I guess. And then another plot point is Beniamino. Okay, this guy, while he's like has that serum and he's like, I think retrieving Emily, he literally like he states he wants to change the tower, and Rachel wants to save it. But then you have people who want to destroy it, right? Like the one of the head of the 10 families who gets revealed at the end. I don't know if he's even on here, but also I wish we got to see more of Lar. I forgot his actual name in the anime, but he's a really cool he's really cool wave controller. Like the way he like deduces like Beta's like power and like the parasite that's inside him, like is such a cool character. And he doesn't get enough screen time this season, unfortunately. But when he does, he shines. So let's see. Another really cool one. Where is he? Where is he? Show me him. Please, show me the goat. What would he be under? Also, Raflejo was cool. The fisherman, he was sick. He was really cool. I thought he was pretty interesting. His character did seem a little shallow, but not actually. Like, given his backstory and all. How, like, his eyes got cut out when he looked at the princess, I guess. And then his family got killed, too, for it. So that was pretty cool. Where is he, bro? This guy. This goat. Oh my gosh. This goat. This goat. I love this guy. Mr. Urek Mazino. This guy is so cool. This guy is so sick, dude. I don't know if you guys understand how cool this guy is. Like, Mazino is so sick, dude. Excuse me, I was taking a sip of my tea there. I love Mazino, especially when it goes against Bam inside the giant mammal thing to retrieve the flower. Like, that's cool. He's just chilling in there, and like he's wanted for killing a bunch of rankers, and he's like the strongest ranker. And literally at the end, he gets jumped by 3 of them, and he just stomps them within a few seconds. Like, and also with the anonymity and vagueness, like we at the end of the series, we hear that Mazino wants to speak to Bam after they get out, but that never happens because they don't show it. It ends right here, right? Like the episode ends pretty much with us seeing Rachel, and then with some like dialogue on what's happened to Ilmar, and his devil's been taken by Kasano, and they have to find, I guess, Kasano, I believe so. But yeah, like he wants to still talk to Bam, so hopefully we do get a season 3 and we can see him talking to Bam, because this guy's crazy. And I love his back tattoos as well. Like, his back tattoo is so sick. Do they have a picture of it? They should have a gallery here, no? Man, I'll just look this up. Tower of God, Mazino. Here we go. Hold up, let me. Nope. Hello? Sorry, I'm sorry, you guys. I do apologize. Okay, well, it's not showing. Well, that blows. Oh, look it up for yourself, man. I don't. Hello? Where am I? Hello? Hello? Okay, well, my window capture stopped working. Anyhow, again, the anonymity and vagueness they do with like Mazino and a lot of other characters is nice. I do like it, but at the same time, I want some kind of more interaction. Because the most we get from Mazino is like they sort of fight him, although they get like stomped by him inside the giant creature. He gets the child of the creature to, you know, grow more of those flowers, and then dips, crushing the 3 rankers who just he like spits on them and like they die. Then he, you know, goes back home and he's like, hey, keep an eye on that Bam kid. And then he gives us like a little bit of a glimpse of what Bam like summoned, like that giant skeleton behind Bam. So that was cool. And then relating to that, we don't still like know exactly what that skeleton is, except Bam is a living ignition weapon, and it has something to do with that. So, like, we don't get an exact explanation on what that weapon is. Like, what is that red skeleton that Bam has? Like, what is that? What does it do? Like, and like, does he have effective immortality? Because in a lot of moments, especially like in this fight, Bam should have died, but then he just regens everything. Like that rib cage comes over, like gets summoned and he regenerates. So overall, I think these are the things that Tower of God Season 2 does do pretty well. Not like effectively amazingly, but well, I'd say. That is my like one caveat. Let's look at the cons now. The first con, I'm gonna have to say it's pacing. There are a decent amount of time skips within Tower of God Season 2. Like there's maybe I think a few month time skip and then like a year or so, or 2 years, because they have to reach floor 30, I think it is, and then they time skip for it. So I mean, I guess it's fine, but like, really, do we have to like? I think there's definitely a good bit more time skips in here than necessary. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the only way to get to where we need to be in the story, but still, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan. And then do not even get me started on this. Hold up. Man, give me the. I don't want to. Oh, do they not show it? Okay, well, my window capture isn't really working, so. Do they not show it? Well, okay, I was gonna mention, I do not like Bam's haircut at the end. I think it's okay. It's not the greatest. This doesn't even relate to pacing. But the haircut he gets at the very end, it's like, hello? Like, are we dead serious? Like, what? Like, honestly, the long hair was okay, but, like, I'm not completely, you know, trashing his short hair look at the end of Season 2, but still, it was like, okay. I think you guys could have made it look a little bit better, but, you know. The long hair was okay for me. I didn't really care about that too much. So, but yeah, pacing. I just don't think there should have been that many time skips. But if it gets us to the fights we want to see, then yeah. Another big one is, of course, I had to mention the animation. There is really little to no, like, really cool animation scenes in the show. It's just a lot of, like, just kind of lower budget stuff. And again, I think that's partially due to the animation studio here being, what is it? Answer Studio. Like when you look at their track record, it's like, I've never even heard of this stuff. Okay. Anne Shirley. Oh, okay. I did see like a trailer for this. Not really a trailer, but like, I saw that it was releasing back in 2025. But yeah, like, looking at this, like, do we have anything crazy? Like, no. 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 Never even heard of this, by the way. Golgo 13. Nothing there. Kids show, I guess. But yeah, short to say, I don't think this animation studio. I don't think it was a good fit for Tower of God Season 2. I don't. I think there were definitely better animation studios that could have done this. Although there are two specific like frames that like it actually is like somewhat high quality animation. Pretty much the frames are when he does his punch, like when he awakens his like ignition weapon, like the I guess devil inside of him during his fight where he's trying to save Yuto or the guide lady because she's poisoned by Vespa the bee. So like he awakens his devil and the wing comes out, and then he has like actually a somewhat high quality like impact frame scene where like punches the big muscular guy and beats him in one hit. And that was really cool. That was surprising. I was like, oh, they actually gave him like impact frames that actually look good. And then the other one was it was when he was fighting the fisherman Reflejo, Reflejo, at like the final end of the series here, and then he like it's with his thorn of Enryu, and he does like a high impact like some impact frame stuff there, and that was also cool. So, but yeah, animation's a big issue. Like the studio that handled this, like I don't really. To me, it is very clear to me that like anime that like has like that should have like high quality frames and like, you know, attention to detail, it was not very good. If anything, I think honestly like I think their work on the environment was probably better than fight scenes. Very clearly the studio doesn't really excel at fight scenes. Other than like, you know, like your usual competitors like Mappa or Bones, right? All these like bigger studios, I guess you could say, who like really bring to life these combat scenes and like really make it pop. So, again, I just think maybe we should have gotten a different studio, because these guys just, the animation wasn't the greatest. It was definitely quite choppy at times. And that was the main thing that I heard that, like, one of the main things I heard that Tower of God got dogged on for. Animation and then the story. Like, it wasn't as good as the first. But I don't believe that. I think the Season 2 story is actually good. I really do think it's good. Like, I really do. So, animation and pacing, yeah, I don't know. Definitely, we could have given this to a different studio, but it is what it is, I guess. Hopefully, we get another season here, since it's about to be 2 years from the... Like, if we look at Season 1, like, this dropped in 2020. 13 episodes, 2020. So then, it took them 4 years to drop another one. So either we're getting another season in 4 years, or I don't know, maybe this year, I guess, but maybe it's a 4-year thing. I don't understand. But like, I like the story, man. I really do. Another thing is, let's do like reactions to Bam being alive. Now, this is one I had an issue with, because it's like, as every character slowly starts to learn about Bam being alive, like, there's only one character that really overjoices at him being alive and like cries, and that's Rock, right? They meet in right here, I think it is, or it's a little bit earlier actually. It was like between here and here. I think it was like at the end of this episode, beginning of this one, where like Ram finally, excuse me, Rock finally like gets to see Bam again, and he like hugs him and like cries in his arms, and it's like, I'm not gonna leave. And then Dorsey's there, and she's like, all right, you know, promise me my date. And he's like, date, and she kind of blushes, and she's like, whatever, and they get away from there, and then finally they have their date at the end of or during this episode they have their date, which is really cool. Hey man, I'm gonna say it now. I ship Endorsey and Bam, bro. Like, I think Endorsey and Bam are the couple. Like, I think that's how it should turn out. So I'm an anime only reader, but I really do think Bam and Dorsey should be the way it turns out. I don't think it should be any other way. So yeah, I just, a lot of the reactions, it was like, they weren't really like as dramatic as I wanted them to be, as dramatized. Dramatized. But I can also understand at the same time, because it's like, they were in battle. And, you know, they have to think of battle solutions and strategies and plans to, you know, get out of there. So I can kind of understand why they couldn't rejoice. And then even like the party scene at this final episode, like, you don't really get to see them rejoice. Like it, and that goes back to animation. It's just like the animation is just not as good as it should be for a series like this. Another big thing, names. Now, I'll give them credit where credit's due. A lot of these names from like these characters, like, they're definitely changed in the anime, so they're more memorable. Interesting. So like, Endorsey is not Andrasy, it's Endorsey. That's cool. I think it's still Anak for her. Still Novik. Still Kun. Yep. Who else? Still Ron. Great. Still Paracool. Rock still. Like, they still have some like good names. Like, her name is just combined. But yeah, it's just the names do tend to get really like forgettable for me. Like, his is Shibisu, I believe. Instead of Shiplisu, it's Shibisu. Which, you know, fair enough, I guess. Whatever. Who else? Apple is Apple. Yeah, she's still, yep, she's fine. Yeah. I think she's still Ranmei. Dude, I forgot his name. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't even know if that's correct. But Michael's still Michael. Anyone from here? No, I don't think so. What? This is not Bam, bro. Okay. Anyhow, yeah. Names. Just some of them are pretty forgettable. Because you're working with such a large cast of characters. But there's some nice, easy ones in there too. So, not to worry. But yeah, names can be definitely a big contention point for me. And then I'm also gonna put down, again, story plot battles. Like I like the matchups that they do, but at the end of the day, it's just like they don't have the budget to animate it, so they end it in like a goofy way, or it just ends in an unsatisfying way. For example, here, right? Anak and Ran, like, their fight's really cool. Like, Ran pops the lightning pill, and then he's like really fast and strong, and it's really cool. Like, he's beating Anak, although Anak does not have her spears, so she's at a little bit of a disadvantage. But I mean, to be fair, they're both using hand-to-hand combat, and their Shinsu, I believe it is. Sorry, there's just so many concepts, dude. It has been so long since I watched like season 1, so I'm a little bit rusty on remembering everything. So I promise I'm not LARPing. But yeah, as they're fighting, like, it's really cool. Like, there's not any like crazy impact frames or like really well animated stuff in there, unfortunately. But still, great episode. And the way if you watch season 2, you know how it ends. Like that fight. Paracule, literally, he's disqualified. He's in the water, and as they're about to clash their final clash, Anak and Ron, he just pops out and hits them both with some debris, and he's, you know, pretty much the pinnacle of the fight. It closes with what's the word? Not a comedy end. Not a comedy ending. It's like a gag ending, right? He just randomly pops up, and somehow it disrupts them both, and then they both fall into the water. So ultimately, it's kind of like a tie. Although it kind of went more so to Ron. But still, like when that ended like that, I was like, "Are you serious, dude? Like, really?" That's how it ends. Pericule jumps up out of the water, hits them with debris, and then they both fall into the water, and that's it. Like, all right, bro. All right, man. Whatever. Next. I think I'm probably gonna reuse. No, well, I'll just put story plot general. In general. Story plot in general. So what do I mean by this? I do love the story. Do not get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad story. I love it, honestly. Really, truly. But at the same time, there's a lot of, like... And I could just put this down, but I'm just gonna keep that. Like, for example, how we know that... I always get his name wrong. Wagnon? I can never say it right. I don't even know how to say it in, like, the kanji, right? I'll just call him Ja, bro. Like, we know who Ja is. Like, let me see. Does that even reveal who he is? Yeah, he's the Prince of the Red Light District. Because the guide, Hua, damn it, I keep forgetting her name. But pretty much, like, we know he's the Prince of the Red Light District. And he could be a Jihad, like the Forgotten Prince or whatever she calls him, the guide. And that's it. Like, we get that little bit of dialogue that, oh, the Prince of the Red Light District is also here. And he could be like maybe a Jihad, possibly, because of the ring on his finger, maybe, or something like that. Not a Jihad, but like I don't know, like just someone very important. And even when he's in bed at the end of this episode, what is her name? Eon? The reason I can't say the names right is just because, like, I don't want to butcher them, you know? Where is she? She's not a scout. She's not a light bearer. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think she's a wave controller. Oh, she's a fisherman, okay. Yeah, so Yeon here. Like, at the very end, like, what is it? Ja's ring is laying down on the bed, and she goes to reach in for it for some reason. And then he wakes up, and then she puts her hand back. So there's something with that ring and, like, Ja that's not being told. And it's interesting, but at the same time, like, he's just so, like, weak in a way that it's just, like, you want to know more, but at the same time, it's, like, it's not going to change him, not conceptually, because it will change him conceptually, because then we'll kind of figure out, like, who is he really? Like, he's the Prince of the Red Light District, but what does that have to do with anything? His, like, power dynamics, his power scaling, like, that's not going to change how strong he is. And that's also, like, another thing that I kind of don't like, but at the same time, I think I can maybe understand, and I'll keep it under story plot. Actually, no, I'll make it its own thing. Season 2, Bam's team. So, again, with story plot, it's just like, there are a lot of things that are left unanswered, like, why is the Prince of the Red Light District here? Like, what are his powers? Like, what are the little horns on the back of his neck for? What does the ring represent? Like, what is Yeon gonna do about her family? Like, what about the elders who sent Yuto or the guide? Like, what do the elders want? And all this other stuff. So, there's just some big, like, plot holes. Now, let's move on to this. Season 2 Bam's team, okay? When we look at Season 2 Bam's team, right, can we even, like, see that? Can we, like, actually even see that? Organizations? And there's surprisingly a lot of people in FUG, bro. Like, there's a lot. And we don't know what Michael does. Like, Michael could be like the Overlord for all we know. Like, I don't know. Then yeah, so I'm kind of going back here. I apologize, but this makes me mad. Like, why do we never know like what happens to like these guys? Like, this guy, he's working with Fug, even though he's like telling Mule here, like, oh yeah, don't interfere with, you know, Juvial Grace and don't hold a grudge and all that and this and blah 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 blah. And yet he works like he's affiliated with Fug, and he's like, this is all for Fug's purpose, you know. So it's I don't know, like, I want to see more of him. Then we have our workshop here. We don't see anything else about Maddox other than he like conducted the experiments on Elmar and Kasano, and that's it. We don't see him anymore. Punk and Io, of course, died to that merchant guy, I guess, somehow. Then there's my goat, Mazino. And that's it. And there was this guy, I believe, as well. We never get his name, but, like, there was another guy who looked like these two. Although I think it was in a green helmet, not that, so maybe I'm getting confused, but there was another guy who had, like, a green helmet on, I think it was. And we don't see anything about him. So, I'm not sure where he fits in, but... like, what happened to these guys, you know? Like, what happened to the test guys? Like, did you just not care about them after they went up or something? Like, I don't know. Or maybe I'm just being too, like, overcomplicated. Like, of course he's supposed to stay on his, like, Floor and Proctor tests or something. I don't know. Oh, there's Karaka. So that's sick. But yeah, like, dude, the character design in this show is so good. It's so many unique characters, like, honestly. But at the same time, there's a lot of bland characters. And it's just like we gotta stop, bro. Like you have two regular, like, humans in the party of BAM's Season 2 team. Like a little sister and her big sister. And they're just regular people. Like, they're not anything special. Like, they're literally just regular people, bro. And it just, like, it kind of annoys me. It's like, are we seriously, like, not actually gonna give them anything? Like, all of that, what's her name? Let me see here. Is she a scout? No, she's a librarian, I'm sorry. Yeah, Go-Sang. Like, the only thing that happens to her is trying to look out for her sister, and then she falls in love with Ilmar, and that's it. Like, there's literally nothing else, like, important. Like, she really doesn't do anything. Like, insert the thumbnail, what does she do? Like, nothing. Like, she just takes care of her little sister, and then she falls in love with Ilmar. Like, that's it, dude. I just don't get it, bro. Like, I don't know. She's just so boring. But it's like, at the same time, you can't have all the interesting characters, because if everyone's interesting, then no one is. So you've got to have some bland characters to make the others stand out, right? Although I am pretty glad that they actually, like, make Mii-Sang here, like... Sorry, I'm looking at this quote. But it's cool that Mii-Sang, like, we don't know her backstory. Like, why did her parents, you know, abandon her? And, like, she's trying to meet them again, I guess, if they climb the tower, but... Oh, interesting. They're not sisters, huh? Never knew that. But yeah, like, I do like the fact that they let her get, like, this Giga power up in right here. Yeah, here it is. Like, this was a Giga power up because she was getting mind controlled. Like, she's a puppet to the doll girl, and, like, she actually, like, destroys everyone. Like, I thought that was a cool little gag fight. Like, she gets so powerful that she actually destroys everyone. So, I actually did like that. That was really good of them. That was sick. That was like, seeing her literally just destroy everyone and, like, everyone's scared to fight her is really funny. It was cool. So, and then yeah, she tries to catch Zygana the baby Zygena, and then she jumps pretty much in front of Bam and Mazino as they're about to clash, and then Bam protects her, and then Bam regenerates. But yeah, like I feel like she actually does stuff more than what is it, Gosang here. Like she does more than her, bro, and she's a child. Like what? How is this possible? But anyhow, yeah. So, but season 2, Bam's team is just so weak, man. But at the same time, I think to myself, like, this is a stark contrast from where he was season 1. Season 1, he's literally with like the strongest people after all like these tests and whatnot, where they finally form like a group. Like he's got 2, princesses. He's got Kun, which is like one of the heirs of the family. He's got all these other people, Rack and the sleeping guy. I don't Laur. You get the point. And then season 2, he's like with these more like super weak people, but at the same time, like he's still able to carry them, and they're still actually able to like hold their own barely. But through that struggle, they continue to at least grow a little bit stronger. So I can admire like this stark contrast of season 1, he's with these really strong people, and season 2, he's not. It's more so about like the bonds and the friendship and the family that they're forming, right? Instead of like here, it's like, sure, they still have those same bonds and friends and family, but these guys are super strong, no doubt. So I think it's honestly a pretty cool contrast. And I think to make up for that power deficit, they again, it really focuses on like bonds, teammates, and relationships and whatnot. So I think that's sick. But overall, yeah, I would say that's a bit of a con. It's just like, what do they do? Like they do stuff. Don't get me wrong, but some of the characters, what do they do other than be a useless plot device? So yeah. Do I have any other cons? I'm gonna just put it down, dude. Again, I talked about this earlier, and I'm only gonna talk about a little bit more here, but there's a lot of things that are left vague and anonymous that just like I want to see resolved, and I don't want to read the novels for it. Like I want to be able to watch the anime and see it. But if I'm unlucky, then the next season will drop 2 years from now, unfortunately. And I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this. I know it's manhwa, so translating it and going from Korean to Japanese, and like whoever the manhwa author is trying to find a suitable studio, might be a little difficult. So I don't know. That'll be something to deal with. But like I genuinely do like the story. Like I said, I know I've repeated it like several times now, but I really do want to emphasize I like it. Like I think people slandered it a little bit too much. Sure, this was 2 years ago now, but all the stuff I saw online was like just butchering it. And I was like, damn, must be not that great then. So overall, I do think Tower of God Season 2, like the biggest issue with it are like the animation and then the pacing. I think that those are the biggest 2 things. Everything else like here is just kind of some more minor issues. Like it's not as bad, but it still contributes to the problem nonetheless, right? So overall, I think if you haven't watched Tower of God Season 2, you need to. Like, again, the story just is so good. Like, the tension that builds up from everyone starting to learn Bam is alive is just so palpable. It's actually so good. And it contributes so much to the moments where they're, like, on the very edge of figuring out that, oh my gosh, Bam is actually alive. So, that's just my 2 cents. Other than that, like, the tension contributes so highly to it. The plot itself is just so good. Like the story, like I'll put that under here. Oh, I can't spell. 60% keyboard cooking me here. Yeah. So overall, I really do like the story and plot of season 2. I truly think it is amazing. So hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you even remember this. I got to this literally pretty late. Like I watched this entire season in like 3 days, I think. 2 days. So next up here, I'm either gonna start Sentence to Be Hero. I saw the trailer for this, but Damon's just released their first episode. It looks really good. I watched all 4 of the Classroom of the Elite episodes so far. So gotta wait for the next batch of those whenever they come out. Peak, by the way, peak. Just gonna say that now. Have to finish Yano Kun's Ordinary Days. I need to watch the rest of the Jujutsu Kaisen stuff because I haven't. Even though I know what happens because I kept up with the leaks in the manga, so I do know what happens. I still need to watch Jack of all Trades. There was a clip that I saw on TikTok from this that looked very funny, and I haven't started this yet, but I saw that clip and I was like, huh, this anime seems pretty funny, so I'll have to follow along with that. Dude, I haven't even finished the first episode, dude. I need to watch Fate. You and I are polar opposites. I've seen lots of clips. Hell's Paradise, I need to finish watching. Like, I was binging the first season, bro. I absolutely binged the hell out of this. So I need to keep up, and there's a really cool character that shows up in here. And look at that, he's on the front. Shugen, I think his name is. He looks like really cool. There's one of the clips I saw of, shoot, Gabimaru and what's her name, damn it. See, dude, I don't watch an anime for a while and I forget names, man. Yuruze? I forgot her name, bro. I'm so sorry. You know, Summary, she's bad. I need to watch some Kingdom, read the anime as well. I need to finish Trigun. And then watch Trigun, Stampede, and Stargazing as well. That's on my list somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Stampede, yeah. And then Stargaze, 12 episodes. Definitely, I have all the deluxe edition books, so I need to keep up with that. But yeah, I've got a good bit to watch. Need to finish Genius Prince's Guide. Yeah, there's a lot, bro. There's a lot I need to watch. Tune into the Midnight Hearts. I've heard that's pretty solid. I've seen clips of Science Fell in Love. So yeah, I gotta watch a lot. But overall, let me know your feedback in the comments, man. Did you like Tower of God Season 2 or did you not? Let me know. I'd love to converse about it with somebody. Because most of the time, none of my friends watch this stuff. Or like they don't watch the animes that I watch or something. Or like they watched it a long time ago. But most of the time it's just they don't watch it. So, you know, it kind of sucks that I can't really chat with anyone about it. So let me know what you guys think of Tower of God Season 2. Sorry for rambling. That'll be all. So hope you guys enjoyed. Buffalo Tuesdays is out. Also, I know you've seen the top of this screen. You've seen this. It's a Balarky video, okay? I'm not actually watching like a 20v1 with goth mommies. Okay, I want you to know that. I'm not, dude. Well, let's never mind. We'll save it for another day. But yeah, I'm not watching a 20v1 with goth mommies. So just know, I'm not. Okay, I'm not. And then yeah, okay. So hope you guys enjoyed. Buffalo Tuesdays is out.